Superman and Lois Season 4's most recent episode was quite emotional, but it also managed to undermine the show's biggest death not long after it took place. With a shortened final season, the DC series will conclude with only 10 episodes this time around. Superman and Lois is seeing events happen in rapid succession. That has been good and bad for the show, depending on the situation. As it is the final season, a fast pace allows the popular Superman TV series to use many ideas that had been saved for seasons that will never come. However, with so many things happening in each episode, the proper time to let major events breathe ends up not being given. For instance, Superman died at the end of the season premiere and already came back to life at the end of episode 3. While Clark Kent returned from the dead relatively quickly, the show did display how big of a void was left in his absence, especially since Superman and Lois Season 4's cast has seen many key actors from past seasons only appear sporadically. However, episode 5 undermines the final season's death that will not be reversed. Superman and Lois Season 4 Episode 5's Elizabeth Luthor story undoes a key part of General Lane's sacrifice. The final season death that has stuck. Superman's death was always going to be reversed. After all, there is no way that Superman and Lois could end without Tyler Hoechlin's Man of Steel facing Lex Luthor, and the death of Superman's story from DC Comics does bring a happy ending for the character. However, General Sam Lane's death is permanent. The character dying helps the show's final season establish that it continues to have high stakes and no one is safe, even if Superman came back to life. While Lane's death was emotional and impactful, Episode 5 has undermined it. The main reason that Lex Luthor had Doomsday kill General Lane was because Sam chose not to reveal to him the location of Luthor's daughter. Just a couple of episodes after Lane was killed, Superman and Lois thought it was good to have Lois and Clark convince Elizabeth to go talk with her father. Bringing Elizabeth Luthor to Smallville and allowing Lex to have access to her goes directly against Lane's sacrifice, and the fact that it happened so soon after the character's death takes away a lot of its impact and meaning. Why Superman and Lois Season 4 needed to introduce Elizabeth Luthor. The character is crucial to Lex Luthor's story. Elizabeth Luthor reading a book in Superman and Lois. While it undermined Sam Lane's death, there was simply no way that Superman and Lois Season 4 would end the series without Elizabeth Luthor ever making an appearance. The character is crucial to the show due to how much revolves around her. Lex is on his revenge path against the Kents because he thinks they robbed him of spending time with his daughter. After more than 17 years without seeing her due to his time in prison, Lex needed to talk face-to-face with his daughter, though the conversation did not go his way. Elizabeth's appearance in Superman and Lois Season 4 revealed Lex Luthor's backstory and that he will never change. Lex tells his daughter about the violent abuse his mother put him through after his father left them. With Elizabeth present, the show also displays flashbacks of key moments in Lex's past, such as an emotional conversation with his daughter and being arrested by Superman outside her school. In the present, while Luthor is talking to Elizabeth, Lois manages to connect with Doomsday and gets the monster to leave. So, Elizabeth serves as the best distraction the Kents could have asked for. Superman's return means General Lane's death and sacrifice isn't totally undermined. Tyler Hoechlin's Superman needed Lane's sacrifice. There is no denying that with Sam Lane dying at the end of Episode 3, Clark and Lois convincing Elizabeth Luthor to talk to her father merely 2 episodes later undermines his death. However, the show does a great job of not completely undermining it. While protecting Elizabeth was a huge part of why Sam sacrificed himself, it was not the whole reason. The character had injected himself with a serum containing Superman's blood, which allowed Kal-El's mother to bring him back using Lane's heart after his death, and it is now beating inside Clark Kent. With Superman alive and protecting the world from Lex Luthor and other threats, even if he is not as powerful as he once was, Lane's sacrifice is more than worth it. While his choice to die to protect Elizabeth did not work out as expected, at least the character found a way to sacrifice himself to ensure that his daughter, Lois, and the world would still have their protector. As long as Clark Kent draws breath in Superman and Lois Season 4, Sam Lane's sacrifice will have mattered.